Good evening, friends. So, welcome to Durgasoft and welcome to workshop on strings, right? Sir, workshop on Java strings concept. So, we are going to see in detail about strings concept which is there in Java. Okay, sir. In these, almost we are going to cover 12 subtopics. Already, we started introduction to the strings in the last session itself. Okay, sir. Introduction to the string. What is mean by string? How you can create the strings? All these things I already explained in the last session. Then even we covered the types of the strings supported by Java. Okay, so types of the strings, like we have four types of strings are there. One is nothing but a string, second one is nothing but a string buffer, third one is nothing but a string builder, and the fourth one is nothing but a string tokenizer. What is mean by all these things I explained very clearly in the last session, right? Sir, next and after that we have seen java.lang. Okay, string class constructors. I covered very clearly about the constructors what we have. So in our java.lang.string. So today we are going to explore java.lang.strings methods part 1 is there and methods part 2 is there because some differences are there. That part I will explain in detail. Then sixth part, sir, we are going to concentrate on string constant pool. There is one special memory area is there with respect to the string. So what is that? String is nothing but a string constant pool is there. Then what is mean by string constant pool versus heap area? We are going to discuss about this thing also in our session. Then next and after that, sir, we need to discuss about java.lang.string buffer, sir, constructors. Similar to the string, there is a string buffer concept is also there. We are going to explore about this thing also. And next and after that, we are going to see string buffer methods also. Okay, what methods are there in the string buffer? That part also we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, sir, next and after that, we are going to see the difference between string buffer versus string builder. Okay, when we have to go for string buffer and when we have to go for string builder, that part also we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, next and after that, java.util.string tokenizer. There is one special class is there with the name string tokenizer. That part also we are going to discuss. And next and after that, we are going to see almost 50 example programs on strings. Completely on strings, we are going to see example programs. This is nothing but actually our workshop content. Sir, the workshop is almost 4 weeks. Already first week we completed, so it is there in our YouTube also, you can refer. Sir, where we have seen introduction to the string and the types of the strings supported by Java, at the same time constructors also. Sir, in today's session, I want to talk about various methods present in stringer class. Okay, so java.lang.string methods we are going to discuss. Java.lang.string class methods. Sir, what methods are there? How to work with those methods? What in detail explanation about that method also we are going to discuss in this. Sir, up to this, do you have any doubts? Please confirm. Up to this, do you have any doubts? Please confirm. Okay, sir, the first method what we have is, remember carefully, the method return type is nothing but int. So the method is going to return integer value and the name of the method is nothing but length. Sir, of course, by seeing the name itself, you can identify what this method is going to do. So what is the meaning of this method? It returns, okay, it returns the number of characters. It is going to return the number of characters present. So in the string, sir, how many characters are there in the string? It is going to return that number of characters. So now I want to take a small example program for you people. Let me take a, sir, class test is there. So I want to check the length. First of all, let me execute this program. So in D drive, I'm going to save the file as a test.java. Okay. Now I want to open my command prompt. I want to move to the D drive, and the path is also, I think it is not available. Let me set the path. Java. So JDK 16 is there. Sir, now I want to compile the program. Could you please confirm which command we have to use to compile the Java program? Please confirm which command we have to use to compile the Java program. Very good. So we have to use Java C command to compile your Java program. Okay. So we have to use Java C command. Java C, I am taking test.java. Yes, the program compiled, and if I execute the program, what answer we are going to get? A hello world, which is already there, right? So this is nothing but how you can write the program. Now my requirement is I want to find length of the string, right? Sir, I am taking ABC dot length. Okay, so which is going to return the number of characters present in this ABC. So how many characters are there? Could you please confirm? How many characters are there? Please confirm. Yes, very good. Three characters are there. Hence, the answer which we are going to get is nothing but three characters. If you want, you can recompile the program and execute. You are going to get like three characters. Okay, sir, fine. Now, I want to find out the length of, okay, like this empty space I have given. Could you please confirm what is the length of this string? Yes, very good. One, because we have passed only one character, right? That's why it is going to return one as your answer. Okay. So space is also considered as a character. That's why the answer is nothing but one. Sir, next and after that, I don't want to take this space also. Could you please confirm what is the length of the string? Very good. Zero, because zero number of characters are there. Sir, next and after that, this is nothing but example program what we have. Sir, I want to take one special program for you people. What is that program is, sir, string s is equal to, initially it is pointing to null. Now I want to call s dot length. Could you please confirm what will be the answer? Yes, please confirm. Yes, what is the answer? Very good. So we are going to get exception. Yes, Prasad, correct. Exception we are going to get. Sir, what is that exception? Is nothing but null pointer exception. Make sure that, so you can remember this. 1 minute, I will copy paste. Yes, sir, you can see exception in thread main. What is that exception? Java dot lang dot null pointer exception. Sir, cannot invoke. So string dot length, because your string is a null. On the null, how you can get length? That's why null pointer exception we are going to get. This is nothing but what is the meaning of length method, how it is going to work. Similar to this, we have one more method is there. What is that method? Is nothing but boolean is empty method is there. Okay, what is the method name? Boolean is empty. Sir, what this is empty method is going to do? Sir, it returns true. If returns true, if string contains data, okay, it returns true. 1 minute, is empty, whether it is empty or not. Returns true if string contains no data, okay, or string doesn't contain any data. If it is not having any data, then it will return true. Sir, else it returns false. Else returns false. Beyond that, nothing. Okay. Let me take one simple example and then I will explain for you people. Okay. Sir, now I'm taking the same Java program. I'm taking the same Java program, and sir, I want to check in the place of yes, I'm taking Java dot, okay, is empty, whether this particular string is empty or not. I am checking. Sir, is the string is empty? No. Okay, no. So that's why we are going to get false as your answer. Okay, sir, next and after that, I am taking, okay, Prakash as the string content. Sir, is it empty? No. So we are going to get a false. Sir, next, I'm taking space. I'm taking space. Yes, space is also a character, right? That's why we are going to get false. So if I'm taking empty content, then we are going to get true. Remember carefully. So is empty function is going to return true if your string does not contain any information. So only in the last case we are going to get true. In the remaining cases we are going to get false. This is nothing but what we have. Let me compile the program and let us execute. So Java C, I am taking test.java. The program compiled fine. And even if you execute the program, we are going to get a false, 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 and the last one as a true. Sir, you know clearly how we are going to get these values. This is nothing but Boolean is empty function what we have. So that is whether it contains the string or not, it is going to check. Sir, up to these two functions, do you have any doubts? Please confirm. So clear, right? Very good. Okay. Sir, next, what is the third function that we have is character. Sir, char at time taking. Char at time taking. Sir, here we have to pass index value. We have to pass index value. So what it is going to return? It returns the character located at the given index. So whatever index value you have given in that location, is that character is available or not, it is going to check. Suppose if it is not available, then I mean if the index is out of range, assume I have only 3 characters are there. What are the locations for these? 0th location, first location, second location. If you are trying to access third location, sir, we are going to get error message. What is that error? Is nothing but string index out of bounds exception. String index out of bound exception. Like this we are going to get error message. Sir, I want to demonstrate for you people with a small program. Yes, correct, Praveen. Sir, now I have a Java is there. Okay. Sir, on that I want to apply, sir, char at of 0. In 0th location, which character is available? So which character is available? J. Very good. Sir, now I want to find out, sir, char at of 1. In which location the first character is available? A. Sir, I want to find out the character located at second location. Sir, V. Okay, sir, I want to know the character at third location. Sir, which character? A. Sir, if you are trying to access the element at fourth location, we are going to get a string index out of bounds exception. String index out of bounds exception. Let me run this code. So Java C test.java I am taking. Okay, sir, I am running the program. Have you observed? JAVA we got, and exception in thread main. So java.lang dot string index out of bounds exception. Like this we are going to get. This is nothing but sir, how you can able to work with this char at function. So char at function will return the character which you have given at the given position. Okay, sir, if it is not available, then it is going to return string index out of bounds exception. I think it is very clear for you people. Okay, similarly, sir, we have one more method is there, integer code point at. Okay, there is one more special function is there with integer code point at. Okay, now, sir, let us see how it is going to work. Okay, integer code point at. So here it is going to return unicode or ASCII value. Okay, so it returns unicode or ASCII value. It is going to return unicode or ASCII value for the given location. For example, if you are giving any location, sir, in the previous example you have seen, if I am taking abc.char at of 0, it is returning which value? Sir, it is returning the ASCII, I mean normal character called A. But if you want ASCII code, then you have to take ABC dot, sir, code point at 0 if you are passing, sir, it won't return A's ASCII value it is going to return. That is nothing but the difference between char at and code point at. Beyond that, nothing. Sir, I want to demonstrate with you one simple example program. So assume I have a string is there called ABCD. Okay, dot. So dot, sir, code point at of 0 I am taking. So in 0th location, which value is there? A. So what is its ASCII value? 97. Similarly, sir, code point at first location. Sir, we have B is there, right? Sir, it is going to return 98, right? 98. Similarly, 99. Okay, if you are trying to access second location. So if you are trying to access from the third location, okay, so we are going to get A, B, C, D, just 100 we are going to get. Beyond that, nothing. Now let me run this code pointer and let us check whether we are getting the same answers or not. 97, 98, 99, and then 100. Like this, we are going to get. This is the way, sir, how you can work with this code point. Okay, sir, hope char at and code point at is very clear. We have one more method is there. 1 minute. Yeah, DD Singh, please contact. Yeah. I know. You please contact our admin team. Okay. So because I don't have all those credentials, because our admin people are going to look over all the links and all these things. Okay, no problem. So please stay in the meeting. At the end, we will discuss. Okay. Yeah. Sir, next we have another method is there like this. What is that method? Is nothing but integer code point. Okay, code point before. Sir, code point at is going to return the code, I mean the ASCII code at the given position, but code point at is going to return the ASCII code, sir, before to this particular index value what you have given. For example, sir, it returns ASCII or Unicode value, ASCII or Unicode value. ASCII or Unicode value, sir, before the location given. Suppose consider I want to take the previous example. I request everyone to please be on mute. 1 minute. Yeah. Sir, now I want to replace this code point with the code point before. Like this. Sir, code point at 0. Before to this 0, we don't have any value, right? Let us see what will happen. Even I didn't try. Let me check so that I will get a new concept, right? Sir, have you observed string index out of bound exception we are going to get? That is, if you want to access the code point before the A, that means before the 0th location, sir, how it is possible? How we can access? It is highly impossible, right? That's why we are going to get string index out of bounds exception. Okay, sir, I hope it is very clear for you people, right? Sir, now if I want to access so the data which is available at the first location, so in the first location which character is there? Sir, B character is there. Before B, which character is there? A. So that's why we are going to get the answer as a A. Okay, if you want you can cross check. If you want you can cross check. Just let me check. Okay, anyway, because of this line, we are getting some disturbance. Let me hide this line. 97, right? Sir, similarly, I want to take before 2. So before 2, that is 0th location is A, first location is a B, second location is a C, right? Before C, which location is there? B. Sir, its value will become 98. If you want, you can cross check. So this is nothing but what we have. Okay, about the code point before. Okay, so how you are going to get all these values? I think it is very clear for you people. This is nothing but what we have, how to get the character at a given location and how to get the code point ASCII value for the given character. At the same time, sir, how you can get the previous value. Sir, I think it is very clear for you people. Do you have any doubts up to this? Please confirm. I request everyone to respond, sir. Please confirm. Any doubts up to this? Okay. Next. Sir, the next method, we have a method. Okay, in the real time, they may use when you are working with ASCII code, such a type of terminology. Okay. Definitely at any point of time, they are going to use these. You may get such a type of scenarios in future. Okay. Okay. Yeah, fine. Sir, the next one, what we have is, okay, return type is empty. Empty. Return type is empty. Get chars method is there. Sir, integer. Okay, sir, we have to give the source begin value and similarly source end value we have to give, and the character array destination we have to give, and integer, okay, destination begin value we have to supply. These are the arguments for this get chars method. Sir, I am not getting all these things. Can you please explain one by one? Yes, sir. The first one is nothing but a source begin is nothing but sir, while extracting the values, okay, sir, where we have to copy the content, sir, start value it indicates. Okay, similarly source end means, sir, it is going to represent ending value. Okay, ending value. Sir, destination indicates where to copy. Okay, where to copy the content. Okay, then sir, destination begin. In the destination, okay, from where you have to copy. Okay, sir, where from where sir we have to copy. Sir, I will take one example program so that you people are going to get a full clarity about this. Okay, suppose consider, sir, I have a character array is there like this. Character ch is equal to, sir, new character of, it can able to capable of storing how many values? 5 values. It is having the capacity of holding 5 characters. I'm taking character of 0th location is nothing but a capital A. Sir, character of first location is nothing but a capital B. Like this, I have 2 characters. Now I have to take a string. Okay, what is that string is nothing but A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, or C, D. Like this, I have a string. Now already in the character array. Okay, already in the character array. So we have 5 locations are there, right? Yes. So this is nothing but 0th location, first location, second location, third location, fourth location. Already capital A is copied here and a capital B is copied here. So remaining characters I want to get from this. Sir, from this I want to get a CD where C location will become, sir, source starting, and E location will become source ending location. And here we have to copy the content, right? So that's why we have to take, so from this starting location into this character array, we have to get. Sir, I think all the 4 parameters you are very clear, right? All the parameters we got. Okay. So based on this, we have to depends. I mean, based on this, we have to write. What is the function name? Get chars. Okay, get chars. Sir, here, what is the first parameter? Sir, source index, from where you have to copy. Have you observed here? 1 minute for your understanding purpose, I will take like this. Zeroth location, first location, second, third, fourth. Sir, in the second location, the content is there from second location too. So up to, don't take 4, because whenever you are taking ending value as a 4, it will stop at 4 minus 1, 3 itself. That's why it is recommended to take the ending value as a 5. That means it will stop at fourth location. 2 to fourth location, it is going to select. That means CDE I am going to select. Sir, from where, Koteshwar Rao, please don't share your screen. So get cares of 2 comma 5 from the second location to fifth location. I have to copy. Sir, where you have to copy? CH character array is there, and in this character array, from which location we have to copy? Already 0th location is a field, first location is a field. Sir, I want to copy from second location. Okay, now if you print ch system.out.println of, if you print ch, no problem, we can print a character array. We are going to get ab is already there, but cde came from this particular string. Now observe what will happen. Perfect. Okay, suppose if you are taking the same thing, okay, if you are trying to take the same thing, so with the 0th location, that means you are trying to copy from 0th location. See what will happen. We are going to get only CDE, not remaining. So if you are giving 1, then what will happen? We are going to get ACDE. Like this, based on your requirement, you have to change, sir. Beyond that, nothing is there. Okay, sir, I hope it is very clear for you people. Sir, how to get the characters from a string and how you can copy into the character array? Do you have any doubts up to this? Please confirm. Okay, see, while I'm explaining, please listen, because I'm giving much time for each and every method. Okay, please concentrate well. Suresh Babu, don't draw anything on the screen. Like a child, if you are drawing, what is the meaning? Huh? Yeah, see here, the duty of this getChars method is nothing but which will get the characters from the strings. Okay, which will get the character from the string, and it will copy it into array. It will copy it into array. Sir, from this string, from which locations you have to copy, and to which character array you have to copy, and from which location we have to copy, that we have to mention. Okay, so just 1 minute. Yeah, so from which character location we have to copy. So in this particular character array, you need to copy from the second location. That thing we are mentioning here. Beyond that, nothing. Okay, sir, hope it is very clear, right? Please confirm, Abdul and Pradeep. Okay, yeah, so please refer this video 1 or 2 times, then you will get the clarity. Okay, fine. Sir, the next method what I have is, if 0 is given, where you have to supply 0? Last argument, Pradeep. It will copy from the 0th location. See, in character array, total 5 locations are there, right? So if you are giving 0, what will happen? It will copy your selected data from the string. So to which location? 0th location onwards. If you are giving 1, it will start copying from the first location. If you are giving 2, then it will copy from the second location. So it is nothing but indicating from which location you have to copy. Clear? Yeah. So let me go with the next one. What we have is Sir, we have byte array is there. Okay. Sorry, bytes is there. So byte of array, the return type is nothing but a byte array, and the function name is nothing but get bytes. So it is going to return the bytes value. Sometimes in the files and streams, always we have to depends on bytes. In such cases, we can use this get bytes method to return the data. I mean to get the byte value. Okay. So it encodes the given string into sequence of byte. Okay, by using the default character set. Sir, I will explain to you by taking a simple example so that you can feel very comfortable. So to extract bytes value for the given characters, because in some cases we have to write the information to a file or to read the information from a file. The information in the file will be stored based on bytes. Okay, let me take one example program. So here, what is my requirement is I have a string s is there with the content abc is there. Okay. Next, I want to create a byte array. Okay, I want to create a byte array. B is equal to, sir, new byte of what is the size of the byte? Sir, how many characters are there in the string? So with those many characters, I am creating a byte array. So in the string, how many characters are there? 3 characters. With the size of 3 character arrays, sir, I am going to create 1 byte. With the help of 3 character arrays, I want to create a byte. Okay. Now, sir, I want to get the information. Already string is there. So we have to call which method? Get bytes. It is going to return byte array. Already I have byte array is there. I'm capturing that. That's all. Now your B contains, okay, byte array. I want to print one by one for each byte B. Okay, already B I have taken. Sir, for B, each byte B, sorry, each byte I in B, sir, I want to print the value of I one by one. Okay, I want to print the value of I one by one. So already string is there. We decode it to byte and we are printing that byte values. Nothing beyond that we are doing. Okay, let me see what will happen. 97, 98, 99, like this we are going to get the characters. Okay, this is nothing but what we have and how you can get the characters, because abc is there, right? That's why corresponding ASCII values are nothing but its byte values. Okay, then, so I think it is very clear for you people. Do you have any doubts up to this? Please confirm. Clear, right? Very good. So next and after that, what is the next method that we have is, sir, I want to compare the content of two objects. I want to compare the content of two objects. Then we have a special method is there with name equals. Sir, equals, it is going to return, it is going to take one argument as an object. Okay. So it is used to, sir, it is used to check for, it is used to check for, sir, content comparison. If the content is the same or not, it is going to check. Let us see how it is going to work. Sir, I want to take one simple example and I want to explain for you people. Okay, sir, let us take directly SOP. I am taking system.out.println of, I am taking abc dot, sir, equals abc dot equals of abc. Sir, abc and abc both are same, right? That's why this equals method is going to return true. If you want, you can cross check. True is the answer. Sir, now I want to take the same thing, but I want to compare with the capital abc. Sir, is it the same? No. So it is not the same. Sir, it is going to return false, because Java is the case sensitive programming language. With respect to cases, it is very much concentrating. That's why we are going to get the answer as a false. Okay. Yes, very good. Next, Sir, I want to take ABC and I want to compare with XYZ. Anyway, definitely it is going to return false because the content wise different values we have, right? That's why. Okay, this is nothing but what we have. Okay, sir, next I want to go with one more example related to this. Just for your interview purpose, I'm explaining these type of questions you can expect from the interviews. Okay, sir, string s is equal to, I have new string of ABC is there. Okay, now string buffer I am creating. String buffer SB is equal to, so new string buffer I am taking with the content of ABC like this. Okay, sir, very simple. I want to compare the content of these two. Sir, one object is a string buffer object, another one is nothing but a string object. Like I am comparing these two objects and let us see how it is going to work and what will be the result. Could you please confirm, is it going to return true or false? Very good, Rakesh. Yeah, sir, some people may feel that they are going to get written, I mean, it is going to return true, but definitely it is not going to return true. The reason is, sir, if both objects are string object, then only equals method is going to use it for comparison purpose. But if one object is a string, another object is a string buffer, sir, it won't provide any support. Hence the answer which we are going to get is nothing but false. Okay, sir, I want to get a true, I want to get a true, then we have to, yeah, very good, correct. Okay, sir, then to return such a type of things, we have a special method is there in the string class. Why? Because there are two types of strings, right? One is a string and second one is a string buffer. Generally we are going to compete with both, right? String buffer, both we are going to use in our programming. Okay, right, sometimes it is our requirement to convert the string to string buffer to string. So many operations we are going to perform parallelly. For this requirement, okay, we have one special function is there. What is that function? Is nothing but so do you know, let me take that function name. It is going to return boolean value and a content equals. Okay, so the argument for this is nothing but we have to take a string buffer. So it will take a string buffer and a string. Okay, and you can check for content. Okay, the argument must be always a string buffer. Okay, then sir, here you can able to see system.out.println of instead of equals, sir, I am taking content equals. Okay, content equals. Now what answer we are going to get? We are going to get true as your answer. If you want, you can cross check. True. This is the way how you can compare. Okay, object level equals method acting as a reference. Yeah, Madhusudan, object level equal method acting a reference. Yeah, okay, fine, correct. You are talking with respect to overriding. Yeah, in string class so many things are overridden, but in the string buffer class, so nothing is overridden. The reason is nothing but string class is the regularly used class, but not a string buffer class. Okay, yes, sir, this is nothing but how you can compare the content and how you can match. Sir, up to this, do you have any doubts? Please confirm. Then clear, right? Fine, sir, next and after that, same here. If you are taking string class equals method, I am taking previous program, sir, I am taking string class equals method. So in this string class equals method, we faced some problem here, right? Even if the content is the same, but case wise it is different, right? Content wise it is the same, but case wise it is different, right? In such cases, it is returning false. It is returning false. Sir, I don't want this false. Could you please convert this false to true? Is there any method? Yes, we have. Sir, instead of equals, better to go for equals ignore case. Okay, if you take equals ignore case, what will happen? Even it is going to ignore the case. By ignoring the case, if the content of two string objects are same, we are going to get a true value. Otherwise, we are going to get false value. Based on the content, it is going to verify. If you want, just have a look once. Right? So this is nothing but what we have. Okay. So what is the method name I can take? Sir, it is going to return Boolean equals ignore case. And here we have to take any string object and it will return true by ignoring the case. Okay. Yes. Sir, up to this, any doubts? Fine. So next and after that, there is one more method is there. What is that method? Is nothing but integer compare to method is there, which is taking a string as the argument. So compare to method is there. Yeah, compare to method is there, which is used to compare two strings. Okay, it will take first string, for example, s1 dot sir compare to s2. If you are taking, it will compare s1 and then s2 values. So it is used to compare s1 with s2, and it is going to return one integer value. The return type is always int value. Sir, what is that int value? Suppose if you are getting 0 as your result, that means s1 is equal to s2. Okay, if both the strings are same, okay, then it is going to return 0. Not a content, sir, I am talking with respect to the comparison. It will take the first character from the first string, first character from the second string, and it will compare. Suppose if it is equal, it will move to the second character and it will compare. If it is a correct, it will move to the third character and it will compare. Suppose if the first character is matched and the second character is not matched, then it will take the ASCII value of that second character in first string, second character ASCII value in the second string. Then it is going to map those two things. Based on that, we are going to get the result. Okay. Then, sir, we are going to get less than 0. Sometimes we will get negative values. If you are getting the value which is less than 0, then what is the meaning of this? Is nothing but, sir, s1 is less than s2. And if you are getting greater than 0, positive value, then s1 is greater than s2. Like this, we have to think. Okay. Now, I will take one small chota example so that you people will get clarity. Okay. Now, let me take, I'm taking system dot out dot sir println of, I want to take ABC dot compare to. Okay, ABC dot compare to, sir, I want to compare with ABC itself. Both the strings are same, right? Both the strings are same, right? Now see what answer we are going to get. Java C, I am taking test dot Java, Java space test, 1 minute. Uh, compare to. So 0 we are going to get. So that means what? 0. 0 is nothing but answer. Both the strings are same, right? That's why. Suppose if I am taking A, B, C, D. Sir, first character, first three characters are same in both the strings, right? But in the first string, last character is not there. Assume it is empty, 0 minus. So we are going to get the last value. Okay. Sir, something like D, right? So D ASCII value. So we are going to get a negative value here. Okay. Indicates that S1 is less than S2. Yes, negative value. Suppose if I am taking compared to I'm taking ABC here and ABCD here. So here we are going to get positive value, saying that yes, like this. Sir, why we are getting one? Because it uses internally some ASCII code comparison. Suppose if you are taking capital ABC, then sir we will get a positive value only, because the ASCII value of the ASCII value of A is nothing but 97, but the ASCII value of capital A is nothing but 65. 97 minus 65, whatever value you are going to get, that will be the return type. Okay, now let me check what answer we are going to get. Of course it is the positive value, which is nothing but 32. Sir, I want to ignore the case and I want to compare. For this integer compare to method is there. Okay, by using ignore case, compare to ignore case, so it will take the string and it will compare the strings by ignoring the cases. S1 dot compare to ignore case. Okay, S2 I am taking, and it is going to return same integer value. And if it is returning 0, what is the meaning? S1 is equal to S2. If it is less than 0, so what is the meaning of this? S1 is less than S2. If it is a greater than 0, what is the meaning? S1 is a greater than S2. Like this we are going to get it. Let us see how it will be. Okay, sir, compare to I am taking ignore case, and here also I am taking compare to ignore case, and here also I am taking compare to ignore case, and here also I am taking compare to ignore case, like this. Let us see how it will be. So 0 minus 1 1 0. So in this case we are getting 0, means what? Both the strings are same, right? This is the way how compare to and compare to ignore case are going to work. So do you have any doubts up to this? Please confirm. Okay, yeah, sir, I'm on mute, just wait for 1 minute please. Yeah, sir, let me go with next function. What we have is, sir, boolean. Is these notes are available for us? Yes, of course. So boolean, there is a method is there with the name starts with, which is going to take a string prefix. We have to give a prefix value here, and it is going to return true. It will return true if your string is going to starts with this prefix value. So it returns true if the string is starts with this prefix value, otherwise it is going to return false. Okay, let me take one example and then I will explain. Just have a look once. System dot out dot println of, sir, I am taking A B C D E F G H. Okay, like this. dot starts with sir, I want to check really whether it is starting with ABC or not. Is it going to start with ABC or not? Yes, we are going to get a true. If you want, you can cross check. So Java C test.java, Java space test. The answer is nothing but a true. Sir, I want to check whether is it going to start with a capital ABC or not. No. Sir, don't expect any ignore case method. It won't be there. You have to convert to lower to uppercase and then you have to check. Okay. So this is nothing but what we have. Sir, next I want to check whether this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is going to starts with X, Y, Z or not. No, it is not going to starts with X, Y, Z. And here also we are going to get the result as a false. Okay. Sir, next I want to compare. Okay. I want to compare with ABC. I want to compare with ABC and I want to get, sir, instead of a false, I want to get the result as a true. Okay, sir, finally you can able to see what answer we are getting false, right? Sir, I want to convert this into true. So how you can do that? Very simple. So convert this entire ABC into two lowercase. Anyway, I will explain later. Just you can convert to lowercase, then you can compare. Have you observed? The last one is nothing but true. Like this we can able to check. This is nothing but how starts with is going to work. Same thing, we have one more option is there. Starts with the prefix comma integer offset. Okay, offset means what? Sir, I want to check whether it is starting with the string or not, but from where it is going to start with. That comparison you can take. Yeah, last one is a true only, right? Yes, last one is a true only. Yes. Sir, next I want to check the offset value. Okay, from where we have to compare, that we need to mention by using this offset value. Just have a look once what answer we are going to get. Okay. Sir, now I will take one example. Observe here. Sir, same starts with ABC. What answer we are going to get? True. Now I want to check whether it is starting with sir, BCD. No, it is not going to start with BCD. The answer which we are going to get is nothing but false. So false we are going to get. Sir, next and after that, I want to check whether it is starting with BCD or not, but I want to compare. Okay, I want to compare my content starting from the first location. I want to compare my content with first location onwards. No problem. You can start comparing from first location, then your result will become true. So this is nothing but what is the meaning of offset? Offset means from where you have to search that we need to provide here. Okay. So next one, similar to starts with, even we have one more method is there opposite for this, which is nothing but ends with. Okay, which is nothing but ends with. So here I am taking string suffix value I am taking. Okay, so what it is going to return, it will return true or false whether the string is ending with another string or not. Let me check the system dot out dot. So println of, sir, I am taking a b c d e f g h. Okay, sir, dot, is it going to ends with, is it going to ends with FGH or not? I want to check. Sir, what answer we are going to get? Yes, of course, it is ending, right? That's why we will get the answer as a true. Yes. Okay. Suppose I want to check whether it is ending with EFG or not. Okay. Whether it is going to ends with EFG or not. No, it is not going to ends with EFG. So hence the result will become false. Beyond that, nothing. Sir, don't expect offset method here. We don't have any such type of terminology. Only for starts with offset method is there, but not for ends with method. Okay. Sir, next and after that, yeah, any doubts up to this, please confirm. Very good. Sir, the next one what we have is integer. Okay, integer hash code method is there. Integer hash code method is there. What is the use of this hash code method? It returns hash code for the given string value. Okay, it returns object code actually. Okay, object code for the given string. Okay, sir, I am giving input as ABC. What is the hash code for this? Sir, very simple. S of 0. S of 0 means what? A into, sir, 31 power. 31 power n minus 1, where n indicates the length of the string. What is the n value? 3, right? 3 minus 1. That means what? Power 2 plus b into, okay, b into, sir, 31 power. Okay, 31 power. So what is the value? N minus 2. That means 3 minus 2, 1 plus c into, sir, 31 power. Okay, 3 minus 3. What answer we are going to get? 0. Now you need to evaluate this. Okay, sir, a value you know. Okay, so its ASCII value is a 97 into, sir, 31 power. Okay, into 31 power 2. So plus like this we have to calculate and we need to get the result. Sir, all these are nonsense is a theoretical concept. You can implement a program to return this value directly. Sir, how you can take that program? Just have a look once. I am explaining with the help of an example program. So system.out.println of, sir, I am taking ABC dot, okay, ABC dot, so hash code I am taking. So I want to check the hash code for the ABC string. Let us check how it is going to calculate and how it is going to print. Internally it will calculate and it will print the value. So what answer we are going to get? 96354 is nothing but the answer. Okay. So even if you want to calculate one more time, it is not a irregular number, it is the regular number, because internally it will do the calculation like this and it is going to print. Okay. This is nothing but what we have. Sir, how you can print a hash code method? Okay. Sir, I think it is very clear for you people. Do you have any doubts? Yeah. Sir, that's all about today's session. Actually, I have taken only 1 hour. Okay. So in the next week, we will plan for 1.5 hour or 2 hours so that we can move fast. Okay. Sir, this is the second version. I mean, this is the second class. First class already 2 weeks before we have taken, that will be available in the YouTube. You can refer that. I will share that link also in our class notes. Okay. And even this is the second video. Okay. Sir, we are going to get 2 more videos like this, 2 or 3 workshops will be like this. Okay, probably it will be on the only Sundays. In the next Sunday from 4:30 to 6:30 we have a session, 2 hours a session I am going to take to explain the methods, remaining methods which are available in string, and to explain in detail about string constant pool and heap area. Some theoretical concepts are there. For that I am going to take 2 hours at a stretch in the next week. Sir, in the next week, we are going to explain string buffer, string builder, tokenizer method, and maybe if possible, another 1 hour or 2 hours to explain those 50 programs by using our Eclipse editor or NetBeans editor. Okay. Yeah, Praveen, that hash code is different from this hash code. Okay. Yeah, 1 minute. Let me check the first video is available on the YouTube or not. 1 minute. I need to cross check and I will update here itself. Yeah, yeah. For LBP students, for my Java and Python and logic based programming students, definitely you are going to get the link, don't worry. I mean, definitely you are going to get these running notes and all these things. Okay. Almost 2 weeks before we have taken that session. I'm verifying. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, sir, you can able to see this is nothing but uh, the video what we have about the strings. Okay, this is nothing but the first thing. I somewhere I kept this running notes. Don't worry, I will take that running notes. I think in the last session we covered up to constructors, I think so. Up to constructors I explained in the last session. Yeah. Yes. So I'm going to share this link also for you people. Okay. In the running notes in the beginning. So first class video link. Okay. So whenever you have a time, please refer this. Okay. Yeah, Thiru, thank you. Yeah, for all the registered students. Okay. Those who have registered for this free workshop, you have submitted your mail IDs, right? Definitely, I will instruct my admin team to send these running notes for you people. You will receive by today. Okay. Not today, maybe tomorrow you can expect. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Happy Diwali to all. Okay. Uh, thank you. Yeah, fine, sir. We will see in the next week. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Bye bye.